Good evening and welcome to part 2 of Cast Not Dead's Killer7 Extravaganza, in which we will be doing the narrative of Killer 7 in its entirety. Today we'll be moving on to Target 1, Sunset. This is CJ Wakura.
This is Infinite.
This is Quill.
And KamenSentai.
Yes, who's on a Rita Repulsa kick, I should note for the audience.
Hey, hey, for me, it is Bandora.
Bandora, after 10,000 years, she's free! That's a very well-timed laugh, I must say.
It kind of was, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, for clarification,
It's time to
more...
conquer F!
For me, on my clarification, I'm more the Sentai fan side of things, but yeah.
So yes, now we're going to Target 1, Sunset. There's 2 of them!
Dang, it went for the tall one right away.
There's a
Poor
lot
people
of heavy
fall.
narrative in this chapter. It's a two-parter, with good reason.
And now we have a red moon. We're in Killer is Dead.
Ooh. Akai no Suki for you Disgaea fans.
I just realized, dude, they have subtitles in this too?
I hope so. Yeah, this is where we get a lot of the backstory.
July 3rd,
Yep.
1998. The day
God,
that
it's
all
so nice to see
international
subtitles for
distribution
this game.
This
Mhm.
day marked the beginning of true peace.
Oh my god, when
for
we
the
get the
entire
part...
world.
Oh wait, yeah,
Colonel
we're gonna...
Campbell?
All races.
Got
The four powers
Colonel
quickly
Campbell
formed
from
an
Metal Gear.
anti-terrorist organization
I think it's him.
and set out creating peacekeeping agencies to bring order and security.
kind of
around
And
the
this
world.
feels like it's part of the Silver Case lore,
The
too.
world unified to do everything
I
in
mean,
its
it
power
was going to be.
eradicate all the weeds of evil and disorder.
You know, you got the CCO and the TRO.
International society, under the motto of protecting the world from international terrorism, ideology terrorism, and cyber terrorism.
The only
Cyber
bad
terrorism,
thing about the
aka
Steam part is that the pre-rendered cutscenes like these are like in worse quality than the GameCube ones.
To reduce the likelihood of terrorism.
Yeah, that happens sometimes for whatever reason. I guess trying to high res them just has this weird effect.
In the year 2002,
Can you imagine canceling all air travel
expressways, bridging the
just to
Atlantic
stop
Ocean
terrorism?
opened, connecting the two
It
major
kind of
sites.
reminds
How would you even...
In the following year of
this
2003,
FMV thing discussion. It reminds me of the Devil May Cry 3 HD collection. When
Oh,
in 3
yeah.
particularly, there's a one scene with Lady. It just looks awful for whatever reason. It's the only cutscene that looks bad.
Or even the intro, the pre-rendered intro.
Oh, yeah, I always
the
forget
Two
about the
Brothers.
intro because I usually skip it.
Always
Because again, that's
Ooh, it's
so
Lost
freaking
Pass.
good.
The coast of the Indian Ocean.
This is where Los Pass is.
Now, international eyes are on the elimination of the intercontinental missiles.
Hey, they don't have to worry about the planes exploding if air travel's closed down.
Mhm.
In order to
Yeah, but like, can you imagine the logistics of building those bridges across the ocean? Like, how deep those supports would have to go?
Other missiles,
Oh yeah.
exploding them on contact. People
Not
around
to
the world
mention,
watch
like, the
these
pressure in
explosions
the
light up the
ocean.
sky as if
It-
they were some
I can't
kind
even
of
fathom.
dazzling light show.
And also
These
that again, the
explosions,
light
later
show
known as
thing,
the
the missile
missile
show.
shows,
Like, what a
became
weird
the symbol
fascination.
of
People
world
go,
peace.
oh, they're fireworks. Yeah, that's not what they are.
Mm.
Filled with hope.
Yes, but by destroying all the missiles.
Was on the rise.
They're like,
At the signing ceremony of the UN's World Security Treaty in the year 2003,
Man, I remember all
kind
this
of like Winter
happening.
Soldier.
who called themselves Smiling Faces, attacked the
This is
ceremony.
exactly what happens in Winter Soldier.
A devastating attack caught the international
Hell,
society
Or Civil
by
War,
surprise and temporarily crippled key operations in the United Nations. That assault was aimed at nothing other than using terrorism to create
Yeah,
terror.
this is my favorite part.
Fear spread throughout the nations like wildfire. There was nothing
It's
the police
peak
or the
terrorism.
military could
There's
do
no
to
reason
hide
for it.
Smiling faces. The only ones who had
He's got the
any
Catherine.
chance of
He's gotta plug
stopping
it in.
these Smiling
Let's say
faces
that.
were the omniscient,
That's
and
Mills,
almost
right?
godlike
Yep.
professional assassins.
Supposed to be Mills?
No,
The key
it's not.
players
No, it's
in
not
the
Mills.
He, like,
It's
dies
your
right
bad
now.
powers utilized their
Yeah.
connection
Oh, yeah.
to build upon
Oh,
what was
yeah.
known as
Boom!
Kind of looked like Mills. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Oh, by
I
the
mean,
way,
only hope.
I think
Resting
Paradise
in
Hotel
peace.
uses that avatar of Smith as his profile picture. Just a great picture. Oh boy, here we go.
The election is drawing near, decided on your vote? If you haven't, please let the Republic Party make the most of your precious vote.
Most of your precious
Have a
vote.
nice day.
Thank God in the future cell phones could just block numbers.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is clear, but I don't even know if they make this clear, but that's the message he gets from Mills that it's time to meet up.
Yeah.
I don't think the game ever outright says that, but it's implied.
Yeah, they
That's
never do
very
say it.
obvious.
Yeah. Oh, and here we get to see Samantha. Thankfully, this isn't that scene. When we show that one, we should probably put a warning on the video, because that's going to be some awkward sounds for anyone watching among family.
Should I join in on the sound making?
I think when I first played that scene, I had a roommate, and I had to turn it down.
I would so turn it up if I had that situation.
I have to go to class at 9.
Yeah, my roommate thought I was weird enough. I didn't need to go the full 9.
Well, my roommates, they know who I am at this point. They know.
Yeah, so I think the
Also,
implication is that...
Garcia. How long has
How
it
long?
been?
So there's the implication that Samantha... Oh, okay. Yeah, my roommate was not a gamer at all. He was an electrician by day and sports guy by night.
As you wish, Master. But there's an important
Yeah,
message.
Garcian shows a lot of respect for Harmon, which is very important.
I've felt it. An old friend is trying to bring down a country.
I will contact you.
If there are visitors for me, call.
As you wish.
Samantha.
Samantha,
lights.
The lights.
As you wish, Master.
With a television.
So I believe the implication... Yes. So there's the implication that like this is like her side job to help pay for college,
It's time. Can
which
we go
is
now?
problematic on many levels.
Thanks.
I always feel like this is just a...
See you tomorrow.
Like,
then.
since we already deal with the psyche remnants, I always feel like just some psyche remnant just goes into her body during these scenes, and because it's just
Maybe.
such a tonal shift of character.
Hmm. And
Especially
so who's the
that
real, the
scene.
real Samantha? Yeah, and the real Samantha is the one we see who's the wearing the tacky outfits.
Remember this?
Yeah, I love this. I love this.
Yeah, it was so creepy. It used to freak me out. Like, you just want to get out of the room as fast as you can.
I love the one
And
where he
it,
goes,
like-
"Yeehaw!"
If you have a really good sound system, this sounds like it's coming from like behind you.
True.
Like you'll
That's
hear the sound effects coming from around you. It's very
Yeah, I wonder how they programmed that kind of thing. Oh, and now
This
we
is
get the
binaural audio. Corpse Party does it to very good effect. Like, I watched Corpse Party with headphones on, and I was sweating. I had to take them off. Like, you hear them whispering behind you.
map. Ooh, that's good. That's good shit.
Yeah, it's... Oh, the Pentagon.
Wait, look at this.
Deep Bloom!
What is this? A
It's
bug in
so
the
over the
system?
top.
No,
It's
sir.
great.
Reading right. There's
It is.
200. What the hell?
This is like a
The
Michael
country can
Bay
disappear off the map.
production,
have the impact point yet?
which I think is deliberate.
It's Japan. What? Are the fireworks ready? No, forget it.
God,
Japan is our
the
ally.
voice acting in
No,
this
we're
game,
not
man,
authorized to make
just
that kind of
sounds
decision.
nice.
Forget authorization.
Yeah.
We have to do
They
something.
And the,
consider
the
it
hard
else.
cannons,
We
the
can't
shaky
just let it
cannon
happen.
movements.
Get the president on the line.
And
This is an emergency call for the president.
It's very interesting when some people kind of,
President,
especially when No
the
More Heroes
suspense
3
is
came out,
beginning,
people saying Suda had just been
200 pulsars have been
divulged
fired
into
towards
more
Japan.
movie
We're
and
unable to
references and
reduce
stuff
our
like that. I think
trajectory
it's always
since
kind of
we're
been around
already
there,
on
guys.
time lag.
Yeah, it's always been.
Yeah, people just want to complain about
Commence
something.
2 hours before
Yeah,
initial
like
impact.
Suda
Like-
is he's a big time nerd. There's no denying that.
yes. Like,
Mr.
I'm
President,
picturing they told
your
Masumi
assessment,
Takata,
sir.
like, make the most American bombastic action score you can. Michael Bay this shit. He's like, oh, okay, I can do that.
I wanna... Yeah, there were some Michael Bay films out there in that time.
Yeah. And I'm sure Suda's a big fan of The Rock, because that felt like a big love letter to The Rock.
Yeah, he's a fan
In
of a lot
Seattle.
of stuff. And again, it is interesting
Yes, he
to
is.
note that again he was on a media blackout when making this game, so it really just was the things
Right.
in his back of his head.
I'm sure he has enough in his head already.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, I like to theorize that probably the reason why this game's so political is probably similar to a reason for Kojima, where it's just Ultraman, like old school Ultraman had a lot of politics. Like, I think particularly Kojima talked about how Ultraman inspired him to make, like, a more, how should you say, positive political story.
Washington.
Is Ultraman political?
Oh, very much so. Especially the original stuff. There's, like, weapon races, racism allegories, a lot of Christian allegories as well. There's a lot.
A government job?
It's a job
I can see that.
Japan is turned against us.
So that's why they're gonna hit Japan?
Well, it's a possibility. It
Yeah, they
depends on
very
how
much
they
cover a
move.
lot of war kind of aspects. One particular episode that comes to mind
It's up to the
is
president.
the episode with the
18
kaiju Jamela, where
All hell's
it literally
gonna
takes
break
place
loose
during a
over
peace
Washington.
conference.
And I sure as hell don't want to be there.
If, for some reason, you need help, go see a guy named Kasai. He's well informed, especially about the Japanese movement. You got all the details in there, okay? This time, the string puller is Fukushima. Now, the integrity and the true worth of Japan is at stake here.
I love that skeptical look.
Do I trust you?
Yeah, can you trust Mills? I mean, he is a dog of the government. How much of what he's selling are you able to buy?
Yeah. The inside man, how can you trust him?
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's like the geopolitical scale, and that's kind of similar to what's going on in the world right now. Because, like, with what's going on in the Ukraine, you see everyone's taking baby steps because no one wants to be the one to take shots at Russia. So we're just doing sanctions.
Yeah, it's a scary situation right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's
I do not wanna
it's
be
like
in the government's
Ukraine
shoes.
is. Yeah, it's no one. They're in a delicate position because they don't want to let Ukraine get steamrolled, but they don't want to pick a fight with Russia either. So, yeah, and you kind of see that here. They're reluctant to get involved in the fight against Japan, but they kind of need Japan too. Well, you can't really compare Japan and Ukraine. Ukraine is more, they're worried about if something happens to them, it's going to snowball to everyone else.
Yeah. And I guess another thing I should mention with some old school tokusatsu like that, there's the OG one that started the whole genre, which is Gojira, which is a whole allegory for nuclear war.
Oh, yeah, and also I noticed there's a lot of drama in the command rooms in Ultraman, which I guess is where a lot of the political stuff comes from.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff like that. Particularly Ultra 7, they had an episode pretty much referencing the arms race at the time, how it's never ending, etc. You just got to keep destroying your... Like, how far do we go until we destroy ourselves kind of mentality.
Mm-hmm. And also like Shin Godzilla, where the most entertaining part of the movie is all the governments bickering and debating over how they're going to handle what's going on with the... You know, all the political guys are like, oh, it's going to stay in the water. And the scientist is like, no, it's going to come out of the water. And they ignore her.
Anno did a great job of changing the mindset for new political Godzilla, because it really was just making fun of Japanese politics, of how they don't make a decision fast enough. And oddly enough, speaking of that story... Yeah, speaking of that story, apparently the film wasn't going to have that kind of thing originally.
Welcome. How many in your party, sir?
But Anno and the special effects director fought for that.
May I ask what it's concerning? Yeah, I'm here to kill Mr. Fukushima.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for telling us.
We'll be delighted to serve you.
Right this way, sir.
Right this way to kill him. Oh, that's right. We're gonna get to my favorite scene in this entire game. Soon.
And it's on fire.
Yeah, I was almost hoping he would say 7 in my party, please.
And I really love how soft-spoken Mask is.
Oh yeah, his voice is great.
Oh yeah, very. It's a masked wrestler character.
awfully big stick. So you should mention this is in. So there are a lot of places like this, like places that have like Japanese American culture. You usually find like restaurants with like the really elaborate Japanese architecture. So we have one like this in Florida. There's a more common art museum. And they have a Japanese style shrine and a restaurant with architecture like this.
You were so
the owners are having
close.
smiles. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
There aren't any hidden smiles in the Murakami Art Museum that I know of, but I haven't checked.
Oh, Travis.
There he is.
Oh,
Where is it?
I think it's behind you.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when they start actually. This is when they actually start spawning back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, fuck.
Number 1. Hey, he made it. He's number 1.
Like Travis touchdown. Holy shit.
Oh my god, it's real.
This is where the geopolitical stuff in Killer 7 starts to get a little hard to follow.
Oh yeah, especially with the whole, when we get to it, the God Hand Yakumo situation.
Yeah, so basically Japan is working with the UN, and if they change the way Japan is being run, then the minority party is going to take over instead of the UN. Basically, Japan's going to be run their own way instead of caring what others think.
There's a carrier pigeon.
If I'm,
Yeah, let me just.
does that sound accurate?
I think it is. Like, I will definitely admit to this. I'm not the best with a lot of political kind of stuff in general, so some of that stuff probably flew over my head when I played it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not to get too real-world political, but there's some parallels here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely always a fear.
Because in real-world politics, everyone's got to think about not just how it affects the country, but how it affects them. What's their bottom line? Dan Smith is straight out of Japanime.
Anime. Launching
light
balls
and
of
shit.
light and shit. Yeah, you
And
better.
is he just watching from the sidelines? Is the pigeon got a camera so he can watch?
Yeah, you gotta wonder how he got this information, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm guessing the pigeons are reporting all this back to him, or he's got drones?
Or maybe he just kind of was, maybe he was around during the first mission that we played. Because he particularly mentioned Dan, Kaide, and Mask, who all had a big thing to do in that.
Was there drone tech when this was made? I don't think that was really a big thing, like it is now.
I sadly do not know, but who knows? It could be sort of like how the internet was.
Well, they do say that whatever technology we have, the military is 10 years ahead of us, so could have had drones long before everybody did.
Yeah, maybe that's why there were so many UFO sightings back then. No one knew what they were.
There's 2? Okay.
And by the way, drones are very much a big thing used locally. Like, people use drones to scope out crime scenes and follow pursuit suspects, so it's a major player in law enforcement tech.
Oh yeah, I bet it's a huge improvement too, because it's better to just keep to the sky sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they're using it in the military, I'm sure, too. All the drone stuff that happened in the Middle East. It doesn't get too real-world political, but it's kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, the whole drones also do have a whole issue in invading privacy kind of mentality.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the line you draw when you're keeping people safe versus intruding on their privacy? Oh, there's the best girl.
Hello.
So I think the takeaway from Killer 7 is that when all else fails, let a talking head of a disembodied killer handle your geopolitical spectrum.
Oh, magic head, tell me what to do.
That's a good idea. Jump down from the second floor. Problem solved. Let's do it so.
Bard.
I love trying to hear her dialogue. Let's so power.
Thanks for your personal story, I guess.
It's like it feels like the story that she's saying is a completely different story from what you're reading. Didn't come. I jumped off too.
Her stories always start going like, oh, okay, that ain't too bad, and there it is.
Whoa, yeah. You know, isn't this kind of like the story for No More Heroes 3, the backstory of what's her face?
Midori?
In Midori Kawa in Red, Green, and Blue when she kills all her classmates.
Yeah, she did kill off her classmates. Well, no.
Avoid her, so she killed them all.
Well, she didn't
oh God,
kill them all. She just
is
killed
she Midori?
No, I don't think that is. No.
That's a now we're getting into some real tinfoil theories.
Again, we already kind of know.
Is Midori.
We technically know who Midori is. Oh God! Oh my God! That just scream back and forth.
Even as bloodthirsty as No More Heroes 3 is with its bosses, spoiler alert, at least Midori is one of the few who survives.
Yeah. Oh, I remember people were worried about that. And I was going like, guys, there's No More Heroes. Expect people to die.
He killed off Timmy, but Midori survives.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't going to originally. Kamui had to step in and stop that.
Yeah.
Did I?
A lot of people like to go like, that seems kind of like not, that seems hypocritical of Travis in 3. It's going like, it's like, well, I guess he just saw as a monster.
Yeah, I don't really like what they did in 3, that's another story. I mean, it's an interesting direction, but it just feels kind of...
I was happy
like
with
a
it.
cop-out?
Well,
more fitting in, rather than she becomes a pop star and Travis kills her.
I'm not gonna say it. I am not gonna say it here, but I have been. I kind of recently had a euphoric moment about kind of what 3 is kind of doing, and it was kind of. I was looking back at some other tokusatsu shows that made me go like, is it kind of emulating this? And the particular ones I'm thinking of was Zio, the one that gets name dropped, which Zio has some interesting aspects, and then there's Changeurion, a 1996 show. Both kind of have similar elements to each other in a way that, sure, they are the show, but they do have some bite about the genre as well.
Is Kamen Rider Kuga the new one, or how old is that?
Kuga is 2000.
Okay, so it's usually one of my traditions that I put on Pluto TV in the morning before work, and they show Kamen Rider. And then, like, I think Wednesday morning they were showing Kuga.
Yeah, Kuga is the first in the Heisei era, the 2000s. Wow,
is that one of the good ones?
Oh yeah, Kuga's even the one of the ones I recommended in my Suda fan guide to Tokusatsu. Because I feel like Kuga kind of, it's more of a cop drama than you think it is. So I'm kind of like, I really spun it around with like, if you like Silver Case, you'll probably like Kuga. Because it has kind of similar kind of supernatural concepts and very kind of light and darkness mentality. And then you just have a good cop drama on top of it.
And we also see some parallels here to the choice that Garcian has to make in the end.
Yeah.
Is he going to choose is he going to side with his country, or is he going to side with Japan?
Spoilers, but yes.
Yes. And it's kind of interesting that Suda wrote the story with Japan being so much on the verge of destruction. Oh God, I hate these things.
Yep. Bomb Smiles are the easiest to kill, mostly because if you hit them when their head is closed, they just blow the fuck up.
I think there's one right here.
Yes, you are right.
Well, it's several.
You take those.
It was gonna hurt. Oh, damn! Yeah, I knew that was gonna be ugly.
You should have just ran for it. Oh, where was it?
I should have
realized. Where we gotta start at now? Uh-oh.
The beginning.
Don't make me say it again. I'm a cleaner.
Yeah, there wasn't a save room yet. Oh, there's a save. I just realized there's a save room right in that room.
Yeah, so I don't think we have to go back too far.
Yeah.
Good amount of blood.
Where am I?
Nothing should be here yet that can hurt you.
Yeah, we're not too far. Oh.
Yeah, luckily we don't have to go back to a certain room. We can just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
and we will need Coyote later, I believe. We can't just leave him dead.
Yeah, I think we have another jump.
And there are some levels where I'll admit I've left people dead rather than struggle with reviving them.
Yeah, Garcia has a weak gun.
Yes.
Then he has a
very
silencer.
very stable shot, though. You have good accuracy.
Oh. There we go.
Who's the point?
Lucky it was in his mouth.
Garcian's really tall. Like, when you think
Oh yeah, he is definitely 6 something.
Yeah. You can kind of see it from his angle, which is also like you're playing as sort of. And for example, you're gonna have a much shorter vantage point. So it can be awkward.
Yeah, especially Kaide. And Khan, Vez. Khan
So hopefully we can get to his remains before that posse shows up. I'm pretty sure he can.
Yeah, there's not even anyone here. I heard no laughs.
Good thing.
Oh, I'm gonna do the same road all over again.
Oh well, it's fine.
It's fine.
We get more blood out of it.
No remorse when seeing a dead body.
Dead body.
It's merely cold, rotten.
Press the A button rapidly. Man, your A button sounds like a mouse.
So on the Steam version, you have to press the enter key, literally the A button, the A key. So yeah, I was saying it's interesting that Suda wrote a game that's so narratively focused on the destruction of Japan. Doesn't that feel a little nihilistic?
Yeah, very kind of different. It's a very interesting mentality when you think about it. But I think it's because
Like,
Suda
he
just
could have easily said, yeah, like what he could have made it about America being destroyed, but no, he made Japan pretty much the main. Like, I don't want to say he made Japan the bad guys, but you know, they're the catalyst of a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, Suda. I think Suda just kind of is the fair game, fair play type of mentality.
Yeah,
anyone
exactly.
can do anything.
Like we said about Ano, he's not afraid to call Japan out when they're doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe his main goal is to be critical of how Japan is being run. Like, hey, don't let this happen in the real world.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of Japanese shows, not even tokusatsu, but even like anime, etc. Especially during the 70s when they started getting more of an industrial boom, they were very scared of that.
But at least Japan lets them do that. It's like, can you imagine Japan was like China and they came down on them like a ton of bricks for doing this? Can you imagine a Chinese developer trying to make a game like this critiquing the Chinese government? They wouldn't make it past the alpha.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't even pass. It wouldn't even get into development.
Yeah, like you saw what happened with the guys who made Audition and Red Candle Games.
Where did everyone go?
Oh well.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden they like felt bad and took everyone away. As opposed to having 4 people bum rush, and there's the save room naturally.
Yeah. It's like, of course. But yeah, particular shows I remember, or properties in general, the original Kamen Rider, the manga-wise, was very much Shota Ishinomori making that for a lot of the feel of the industrial boom, and also Kashan, the Tatsunoko anime.
Mm-hmm.
Judge, I'll take care of him.
Judge? Who's the judge?
He's so polite. Maybe he's talking to Harmon?
Probably.
Well, no,
Harmon does kind of look like a judge.
Well, don't they have like particular quotes when they see a certain someone that you're playing as? Like Dan always talks to Coyote going like, look at your ugly face.
Does he?
Oh yeah, so maybe he's calling Garcian the judge?
Well,
No, we're playing as Coyote.
Yeah,
He's Coyote the judge. Huh. Interesting.
Or, well, maybe it is still kind of correct of what you said before, though. Who knows? Because, again, another spoiler alert we'll get to later. Yep. Doesn't make them easy because, yeah, you can just use them as collateral damage.
As long as you can get to him first.
Oh, yeah. We're also gotta get
collateral shot.
We're also gotta get to the dumbest smile soon. Nice and quiet.
So there's a peaceful atmosphere.
Yeah, you know you know this reminds me of? Remember 25th Ward with Suki and stuff like that?
Oh, that place.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Yeah, boy!
I just think he was already somewhere.
Doesn't it?
Oh yeah, they're sneaking around here.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially with they're all like they're black, dude. They really hide in this environment.
Yeah, it's also since you're far away from them, you don't hear the trademark sound effects. Ooh, there's the egg barrel.
I like it's already spawning the eggs.
Oh, that's
I think it's better to change Dan Smith here.
I don't have Dan.
Yeah, because I think you need collateral shot because of the
I'm just gonna do good old Coyote. Where is he?
Oh, there he is. I see his spot. As I said, it sucks at what color they are because they just hide in the environment. I don't think it's dead. Okay. Oh yeah, you got.
What did he say? Sound like something in Spanish.
Yeah, I think he's.
Or you reveal the tree.
Yeah, you need to be Coyote here.
Yeah, you gotta be Kaide. To reveal the tree. I guess it's the blood tree from Deadly Premonition.
Just gotta paint the town red. Boy, talk about a game with total shifts. Deadly Premonition. Oof.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it is based on Twin Peaks, so Twin Peaks easily had some.
Yeah, it's like you'll have these wacky, goofy moments of absolute, no holds barred horror. Not even like black comedy, just genuinely unsettling horror.
Oh yeah, which I very much. Okay. I do like the one comment. I will change the line to avoid some spoilers, but I do like when Cooper is like, it's like, well, you can think you can believe a supernatural concept, or you can believe someone actually just killed someone on their own will. But I was going like, that's deep. That is deep. Like, you can have hope that the person was still themselves the entire time they were forced into a situation, or do you think they did it on their own free will, which is more fucked up?
Like, it kind of reminds me, like, Cooper is very much a pragmatist. Like, if you've ever seen From Dusk Till Dawn, when you better be in good shape to do that.
It's No More Heroes 3, Travis. He's in great shape.
Don't skip leg day, gentlemen and ladies.
Oh. Yeah. I never know my legs are probably the best part of my body. A lot of soccer in my days.
I do martial arts, so same here. I'm more of a kicker than a puncher.
I just live in a steep place.
I'm a lazy fuck. I don't have good legs. I actually have terrible
Instead, while
knees.
Gene is being given tummy rub.
There's a long steep road to come here to my house, so I'm used to it.
I also did work at UPS for 3 years, so I definitely had some weightlifting done during that time.
I'm sure. I worked in retail, so I can relate. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're trying to get rid of nuclear arms by detonating them over American soil, isn't there going to be a little thing called fallout?
That's fine. Just do it in an abandoned area. There's a lot of them in Japan.
But
yeah, the spiral smile.
God.
I love them. Especially the fucking sound.
Them. It's so ominous.
They really just make me think of some stupid old school Ultraman thing. Because Ultraman would have some really weird stuff in the Showa era. Like, particularly with the sound they're making, they remind me of an Ultra 7 episode where
Nice shot.
There's a toy maker who's literally installing real weapons in toys.
Where should I go?
Oh, there's someone here.
Uh-oh.
Here we come! Yeah, this is
they respawn really fast, but like they're really slow,
so
so it doesn't
slow.
really matter. Just kill these two and then go. No, go back.
If you fail to catch them and they're like right in your face, it can be. Real
There's a puzzle behind you, if I'm not mistaken. If
Should
you
I
go
go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be fine. Again, it's just a bunch of spinning balls. It's
It's fine.
oh yeah. Yes.
Nice. A lot of blood there from those dudes.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have the water ring?
Yes, we already met Susie.
Yeah, we got it for Susie.
You know what, oddly enough, I just kind of realized Killer7 keeps track of like the amount of kills you got and stuff like that, like in a row, especially with the one hit shot. Reminds me later on in No More Heroes when you have the one of the skills from Lolikov, where it keeps track of how many kills you get before getting hit.
Yeah, like, I can't even imagine why you would need Yoon-Hyun's help on this. This is very...
Flip the panel, dumbass!
Yeah, go talk to the creepy head girl.
Get some
Oh,
water.
maybe you get some story. Maybe you get some story about what he thinks about Susie. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, I don't think he's
Like,
had
yeah,
that,
she has
though.
some deep-seated lore. Yeah, I don't think you ever get it.
If I recall correctly, he just tells you just use the water ring.
Get some water,
you
dumb
dumbass. Like, don't you know that?
What were some of these?
Water. Stay hydrated.
7 personalities, 7 brain cells.
Yeah, we get some good blood in here. Because the enemies are much easier to kill.
If you mash the left stick or space, I forgot which one, it makes it go faster, by the way.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
I thought there was a skip animation you could do for that. You can level the skill without waking him up.
Yeah, you can just wake him up. It's not gonna.
Should I?
Why not?
Well, you can kind of upgrade him without disturbing his slumber.
It's free. It's not like it'll cost you anything.
Yeah, they
we
never
don't
cost
want
you
to. He's
anything.
tired.
But also later on, if you don't awaken them, they just kind of awaken on their own at some point too. Yeah.
Does upgrading the power of some weaker characters even do much? Like, you're upgrading.
I don't know. I
Kylie's
just do it.
power.
I would definitely, in my personal recommendation, you probably don't need to do that with Khan because he's such a fast shot anyway. You're most likely gotta just go crazy and hit a weak point.
I always done it like this. It's like.
Again, yeah. It's just
one of the 4 heavenly guardians for anyone familiar with Japanese mythology. That looks like. Ooh.
That was scary.
Almost got a repeat. What happened to Coyote there?
that was only one, luckily.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of random bum rushes.
Oh yeah, this is when he has the yellow shirt, blue tie combo. He's gotta be in it. He's coming.
So yeah, so it's like, it's implied the Heaven Smiles don't really have a reason for blowing up the UN. They just did it to cause chaos.
They do it for fun.
Yeah.
And if you want to cause chaos, that's certainly gonna do it.
Oh, you got him! Ha! You got the kill shot on him unintentionally. That's
It
great.
was totally intentional. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh shit.
Yeah, the thing with those bomb smiles, their weak point's always in their head, which again it makes them so easy because you just have to wait or you
Oh,
know.
it wasn't intentional. I was kidding.
Oh, I know.
Isn't this a Flower Center reference? That's the name of the. Is it Power Lunch?
I'm trying to remember.
The restaurant in the Flower Center Main isn't called Power Lunch.
I don't remember.
Now it's time to look it. Let's see if I can look that up real quick.
I believe it is.
We're already talking
The
about
Akumo Party. Yeah, this is the part of the game where the political spectrum can get a little hard to follow.
Oh, I'm also gonna get to one of my favorite puzzles in this game too. The doors.
Yeah, my first playthrough was... I don't know what I had. I had 2 brain cells. I didn't get it. Like, I was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you look at the Los Pass guide, it'll tell you when you have to solve the puzzle for the bar. It'll show a picture of the dude, and it'll say the bar is called Power Lunch. Hey, birdie. Good old Kevin Smith.
Guess who's not fast in a maze.
Disappears. Doesn't have a very fond opinion. I have to say something negative about everybody. About the heaven smiles a mile away. Almost like he has a extra line of sight. I love how the music changes here.
Yeah, the music's good.
Yeah, here it comes. Ah! He was
Nice.
always like,
Good old
holy
Suda
shit.
like, Suda's like, I'm not.
What's in your right hand, Chico?
Please don't. This is just a...
Put your arms down.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. This gun is a...
Don't move, amigo.
Please don't shoot.
Stay still.
Ow!
Here comes the best shit ever.
Yes.
His head busts up.
So fucking cheesy.
And fun fact.
What are you doing here?
The chef character here. This is Harvey's voice actor.
Kitchen is a kitchen clean enough that
Interesting.
you can lick the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He would later be
Molo-
ranked boss.
Darcy?
The chef?
Yeah, Vorodarsky. This is the same voice
those
actor.
guys with the strange
Nice.
smiles. You saw them?
Him.
It's dangerous, Aki.
I love his voice acting in No More Heroes. I love that so much. My nasty little boy. Cause yeah,
It's
you
him.
can.
Also, I think Mask's voice actor either might be Spanish or at least does a very good job. His enunciation in Spanish is very good.
Yeah, it is. Sounds
Yeah.
natural.
I can probably see that being a thing, especially considering originally Garcia and Smith in Shadows of the Dam was gotta be more authentic. But apparently it was too authentic where people couldn't understand him.
Oh, you're talking about Garcia Otzper. You said
Yeah,
Garcia
Otzper.
Smith.
Yeah, you see.
Oh, whoops.
I was like, what? Garcian? And did you play the
My
same game I
bad.
did? Oh,
My
that
bad.
original version was going to be
Did we
interesting,
play
wasn't
the
it?
same game?
This is
And actually, Garcian, I never thought of that. That's a good point.
Also, yeah, now we're at essentially we're just at the crawlers from Resident Evil.
They come to electric too? They do now.
Yeah, this puzzle.
Yep.
It's like all the smiles are kind of like the, oh boy, good old Suzaku, Seiryu, Byako, and Genbu.
Let's see if I still get it.
The
Can't have
the
Japanese
Shinto
game without
gods.
those four deities.
Yeah, the Shinto.
And they're in
gods.
every SMT. They're in Final Fantasy Type 0. The Four Kingdoms are literally based on them.
Yeah, it's very. This
Play
is
the
a
whole theme.
This is an extremely popular mythos for Japan.
What was here the type? I forgot. Sorry.
No worries. Which room did we come into?
This is the west one.
West? I think it was White Tiger?
Well, the Phoenix was on the south, I remember, so... Suzaku's the...
Yeah, Suzaku is the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Seryu's the dragon, which is usually the north.
And then Genbu is the turtle, which is Black Warrior. So I think it's White Tiger. I think it was White
Tiger.
Which is
Byakuya.
Oh, we're gonna go back just to check.
Yeah.
Because I just looked at it passively.
Yeah, it's close by.
Should I talk to Osaru? Yeah.
Why not? What's up, Iwa?
Yeah, we haven't really given him some attention. I think he was stunned into silence when he saw the suplex.
Holy shit! Like, Sumi, I was like looking through some Flower Sun Rain stuff to find that powerful lunch thing. I just got to the screenshot of, holy crap! I cannot find that powerful lunch thing. Oh well. Shut up, lamp.
So let me see. Yeah, it was Tiger.
Yep, I was right.
Okay. And Dragon is east. Okay.
This is a little mixed up from what's normally, because I know the Seryu is supposed to be the north, right? The Heavenly Dragon is the north.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, by the way, this is a tangent, but in Kendo Karate, they use the dragon and the tiger as their motto. Like, the dragon comes from the sky and the tiger comes from the ground. It's supposed to be about heaven and earth coming together in unison.
Yin and yang.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's part of the Chinese mythology, the Susuling, or not.
But, all enough.
Susuling, that's it.
Also, the Suzaku, if I'm correct, it's not always a phoenix every time, too. Sometimes it's like a peacock.
I've never seen that.
Well, am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking Kujaku. My bad. I'm thinking Kujaku.
That took a lot of health.
I think they did a lot of damage.
Yeah, enemies never had some punch here.
Come to think of it, doesn't Killer is Dead have a level very reminiscent of this?
Let me think.
Yeah, when you go to
Yeah,
Japan. Yeah, when you go fight the Yakuza guy.
And you go around the other islands, and I think it's the first place you run into Liam O'Brien's character.
No. That happens way before at this point.
By the way, we should definitely do an episode on Killer is Dead then, because that's a very underrated game, I think.
Here, Travis.
Yeah, I still like that game. Confusing as all hell and really random, but still fun.
It feels very half-baked, I hate to say it.
Yeah, based on the stuff that happened with Kadokawa games, it definitely seems
like you feel like there's levels that feel like they are peak Suda. And then there's levels where it's just generic action game level, you know? Like the Alice chapter. I love the Alice chapter. That's up there with some of the stuff in Killer 7.
Yeah, I very much like the when you had to fight Hamada Yamada. I like that part a lot.
I didn't like the main story all that much. Like, the main villain wasn't that interesting to me, or the main conflict, but the little side stories along the way were the most interesting parts of Killer is Dead. Like, the thing with Alice has nothing to do with the main story, but that's like the best story in the game.
Yeah.
And I used to have a really cool wallpaper of Mondo, like, holding Alice in one arm and a gun in the other.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I mentioned this one before recently. Yeah, this is the East Room. I mentioned this before, the Ultraman thing with the kaiju known as Jamila. In Killer's Dead, you remember the big head section?
Killer is dead?
Yeah, the kaiju you fight.
Oh, right, yeah. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Shadows of Damned for a second with the big boner.
No, I said big head. Not too far off. But no, the whole big head section is a whole Ultra Q Ultraman inspiration, inspired sequence, because you have a scientist who was made into this kaiju, which is straight up Jamila's whole story, and the professor character you meet there, he is just straight up based on an Ultra Q character. Everyone thinks it was just based on. Everyone always thought he was just based on the Colonel from KFC, but no, he's an Ultra Q character. Even the black and white movie scene is very reminiscent of Ultra Q because that's what it was shot in.
Dan is just kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, that's how Dan always does things. Yeah, now we're at the Yakumo. Good luck.
So yeah, the implication is that the Yakumo is bad for Japan?
Yes, I think so, because essentially it's sort of like leading to their own destruction kind of mentality, I think.
Yeah, because if the Yakumo are around, everyone's going to see them as a threat that needs to be stopped. But if you take them out of the picture, then they're not no one's going to, they're going to leave Japan be because they become a paper tiger. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, very much so. You can get rid of it and then sort of kind of be safe and but also have the idea that anyone could take you down or take people down with you while destroying yourself.
Yeah, so like if you take out the Yakumo, Japan is no longer a threat, but you've also taken out Japan's identity and you've made them into a puppet state.
Don't make me want to.
Which is, I really don't want to get into too much real world parallels, but I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. That's
any history scholar can tell you that's a very common theme, geopolitical.
Yeah, that's very old school nationalism logic.
Yeah, like I'm sure it's the CIA 101. Also has a lot of Metal Gear Solid when you have puppet governments and puppet states.
Oh yeah, if you I'll definitely say this: play Metal Gear Solid 2, that's for sure. It does a lot of that.
That game gets more prophetic as years go by.
Metal Gear Rising even becomes more correct.
Holy shit, it is.
Nano machines, son.
Yeah, especially nano machines.
But like even in Cyberpunk, you see like everybody is literally born with jacks, assuming you can't escape. Like everybody can jack into something. It's that far in the future. Earlier Cyberpunk, you still see where like it's optional. Some people have jacks and some don't. In Cyberpunk, it's ubiquitous. Everybody can jack into something.
God, it always just. I'm sorry, I'm sounding like such a school kid, but it always sounds so wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, legit, like, we're seeing slowly, like, technology like that creeping up. Like, cybernetic limbs are becoming more and more of a thing.
Yeah,
like, initially only the rich could afford it, but now it's becoming more common for not the poor, but middle classes trying to be able to afford it.
And soon it'll be going down further. In a good way.
Yeah, and we're probably going to start seeing black market cyberware.
Well, yeah. There's both good and bad in that mentality.
Yeah, it's like, eventually that's how it goes. When something new comes out, first it's only the rich can get it, and then it becomes more affordable, then everybody can get it.
Okay, what was this one?
You have to shoot
the Yeah, you just gotta shoot the weird parts.
You're screwed.
Oh.
doesn't
Like, if you
it?
don't shoot the weird part, they just teleport
they
right in
one-shot.
front of you.
And but when
Yeah, and you're basically dead.
They one shot you. Like,
Yeah.
you cannot survive the attack.
They're always a
And
big deal
if you're
fuck
playing on,
up.
you're playing on Killer 8, you're probably dead.
From one of
Yeah, in that boss room encounter, yeah, it's a if you fuck up, you fuck up.
Yeah. High stakes. It's as expected.
Oh, that's right. We gotta get to her soon.
Ooh. I'm wondering if one of my favorite cutscenes in the game is that in Sunset Part 1 or Part 2? I think it's Part 2.
You're talking about
The poker game.
Yeah, that's the Mahjong game, actually.
Oh, the Mahjong. I thought it was poker for some reason.
I thought they were playing Mahjong.
Yeah, it wasn't Mahjong.
Could be.
Yeah, there's
It's
another
gambling.
Scene. There's another scene.
Yeah, it's not a metaphor. Although, if anyone's seen Crazy Rich Asians, I read an article once where it said like the mahjong they were playing was a metaphor for their relationship, which was really interesting. Like the mother was using like very old-fashioned plates techniques, and the girl was using like new school mahjong, and that's why she wins.
Man, Mahjong is so complex.
Oh yeah.
If you will.
Honestly, the
I
first
cannot
time I
learn
saw
it.
them playing Mahjong, it was like Scrabble.
This would be Julia Kasugi. This is Julia Kasugi, I believe.
Yeah, the strong girl.
Yes.
Oh yeah, well, I do know with this Steam port that there is a little funny thing that happens in this cutscene if you pay attention to the girl.
I always wanted to be a tea master. It's one of the reasons I chose this profession.
God, old-fashioned tea making like that is always
Which
so fascinating.
may that be?
Like actually grinding the herbs and everything.
You're an interesting man, and you ask a very difficult question. Perhaps it's a sense of humor that can only come from someone who lives his life on the edge. I wanted to become a politician who could be a true leader, but the world of politics was like a stage where people only acted. They were merely actors playing the politician.
Did you ever think of becoming an actor?
Well, it just so happened that I got a call from the government asking me if I wanted to become an architect for them.
Architect? You mean to design and devise?
Yes, I took the offer with delight.
Is that the only thing you do, Mr. Fukushima, the founder?
Man, Harmon sounds so disappointed at that moment. He's like,
Could you bring us some refreshments?
Certainly.
I love how low key the cutscenes are. The way they just let people breathe and talk. It's a nice shift in tone from how frantic the game is.
yeah.
Union 7,
Oh,
a group made up of
there is some
7
other media, that's for sure, but I definitely seen a lot of Eastern media, especially when you compare like American comic books to Japanese manga. There's just so many panels of just atmosphere.
It was like a warm welcome in the world of politics. It became clear to me then.
You even see it in shonen shows like Demon Slayer, the scenes when like the demons talking to the underlings.
It must be wonderful to have such a bright secretary.
Not as bright as you, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, there it is. You see the gun plop in her hand.
I love it.
Over the Yakumo.
Lady, where are your manners?
Dang, he fast in that wheelchair.
And speaking of puppet government,
Ta-da!
is this a metaphor? And you can tell Harmon had already clued into it, having such a bright.
Make sure you switch to not Coyote, Consmith.
Con. Yeah, that's why I woke him up.
I like how they like automatically choose Mask for you.
Yeah.
Making the slowest one.
I would just. I guess like, thematically, this is very much a Mask level.
It is until the very end, though, because... Now, here's the thing I'm most excited for, because I'm finally gonna... I never knew what the hell this woman is saying in the upcoming cutscene. Because the fire is so loud.
It's sexist, isn't it?
To the core. I mean, it's kind of... Is it sexism if there's like, hey, anyone can be used as a weapon? It's just kind of them not treating humanity correctly.
He's like saying, oh, well, it's pretty desperate to send a woman to do it.
They definitely turn on the fire a little bit. But man, you can barely hear her still.
Yeah. I love her design.
Yeah, secretary. Yeah.
One whole minute of just this.
Like, damn, she can take a lot of shots.
Yeah, well, I got a lot.
Jeez. Man, I remember when I get shot, I just go, jeez. And again, I'll tell you this, I have seen someone do an all Garcian run on this particular part too.
How?
You can look it up yourself, but he did do it. It was close. I'll link it to one. I'll link the video when we're done today. Bong. And again, it's very much just like now the samurais just clashed and
she was close.
Did we get 100? Yeah, it was very close, definitely. Yeah, in the end, she only really gets like 20-something hits. So I think the guy who did the only Garcian one got like near 30 hits.
Did she say so simple?
No, she said impossible.
Oh.
Back off before you get hurt.
And part one complete.
What a hell of an ending, though. So yeah, the implications of if the Yakumo have power, Japan will be competent enough to destroy America. That's what makes them a threat.
Yep.
If I'm understanding the narrative correctly.
So... I love him. Whoever that man is, he's having a good old time. Or a bad time.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we are entering... We are entering part 2 of this. This is the only section of this is the only chapter of the game that has 2 parts.
Yeah, well, part 1 lays a lot on you.
There's target 4, Curtis.
Yeah,
Yes,
Curtis
has
has.
Oh, that's right. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, Sunset is really heavy.
Yeah,
a lot of geopolitical stuff was to play. So yeah, I guess we'll be pausing here, and we'll continue with Sunset Part 2 in the future.
Yep. Killer 8!
Oh, wow! We unlocked it just from beating Kasugi. Not bad at all.
But, yep. Ugh. So, yeah. We're starting to get deeper into the politics.
Yep, so who will win? Will it be the Akumo Party, the Liberal Party, the TRO, the CCO? I don't even know.
Cheerios.
Tune in next time for the exciting conclusion of Sunset. This has been CJ Wakura.
This has been Infinite.
This has been Quill.
And KamenSentai still.
May the devil smile.
And the devil have mercy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah, something.
That's not it.
Later, everyone.
Laters.